We are here doing the 1 year review for the Tesla Model Y.
1 year around the sun for Gertie. That's her name.
So Gertie is our 2022 Tesla Model Y, but it's mostly your.
It is my car.
It is your car. I think you've driven it 10,000 miles. We just crossed that.
We did.
What are your favorite things about the Model Y?
It's a great road trip car. We have traveled to Chicago, Notre Dame, Michigan, all over the state of Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and man, she's been packed to the gills. And she does really well. I think the storage is amazing. I love the sub-trunk storage, and then everything on top. You can lay seats down if you need to for extra. And then of course you've got the frunk. But otherwise it's just a nice, comfortable, easy riding, easy driving car. It's super safe. Never think twice when Audrey's in the car with me because I just automatically feel like we're in this little protective bubble. I also use it for kind of basic city driving, running errands and things like that. I just put like 12 bags of mulch in the back of that trunk, which was really nice because I'm a big gardener. We're at the point in Audrey's life where she is a full-fledged toddler, and man, that kid makes a big mess, and those seats are super easy to clean, which I appreciate. In the wintertime, the heated steering. All of my cars previously have been hand-me-downs or like old beat-up junkers, and I've never had a car that had heated seats, heated steering. I can control the climate from my phone without having to go outside, and I love that feature.
I was kind of asking you those questions because I wanted to know what Tesla specific features, if any, were your favorite. What other cars could fulfill those favorite features? And the Model Y, as far as like if you're looking for an all-electric SUV, the Model Y is definitely like up there for space and storage. Not many EV SUVs can check that box.
I don't get too in the weeds on the screen because honestly, I don't have time or brain space to learn that stuff. Once I'm in the car, I don't touch my screen much because it makes me too nervous to navigate.
And that's interesting because, you know, that's one of the core features, or my favorite features of my Model 3 and Model Y. Like, do you enjoy having that big map? Does that help you out?
I love it.
Because like that's pretty Tesla specific. Not many cars have that big of a screen.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
So, and then the sub trunk area and the front, you know, those are kind of Model Y specific as well because not many other cars can compete with that type of storage.
Sure.
Like the heated steering wheel, like that's that is common on a lot of the vehicles. But you know
it's fancy for me. So the other day we signed up for the YMCA. And they gave me the little membership things to hold on your key ring. Yeah. And I was like, where do I put this?
Yeah, because you don't carry keys anymore.
I don't care. I was like, which is so funny. But I was like, well, I guess I'll just have to take my wallet with me all the time.
So it's like stuff like that you don't think about. It's like, oh, I don't carry keys anymore. It's just my phone.
Yeah.
All right. So do you know what else I introduced you to besides Tesla that you wound up loving?
AG1.
Yeah, that's right. Today's sponsor, AG1, is one of our favorite products.
Yes.
AG1 is a healthy nutritional drink made up of 75 high-quality whole food source ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. One of the reasons we love AG1 is similar to why we love our Model Y, because it simplifies our daily routine. With our Model Y, we never need to stop at gas stations, and AG1 has replaced all our other supplements so we can stay minimal and consistent with maintaining our health. Now that we have a toddler keeping us on our toes, AG1 is a crucial part of our routine by not only giving us a much needed energy boost without relying on caffeine, but it also helps support our immunity with its vitamin C, zinc, and functional mushrooms. All it takes is just 1 scoop or travel packet of AG1 with 8 ounces of water every day. It's that simple. And don't be afraid of the taste. With ice cold water, it's very easy to drink and actually enjoyable. Go to athleticgreens.com/AndySly to get started on your order. AG1 is going to give my community a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So I just want to quickly go over mine. My favorites are for the Model Y are space. The space and storage and cargo space, it's all like, that is amazing. The safety, that was like a big thing. I feel so at peace in knowing that you and Audrey are in the safest car. The ride quality and vantage point, this car drives so well. It just feels very smooth. Going from a Model 3 to Model Y, like sitting up higher just feels good, and like you see more things and you have more space, so a better vantage point. And then quickness, you know, this is the long range dual motor all-wheel drive, and it's like quicker than my Model 3, so it is fun to kind of
giddy up.
Yeah, the heat pump is nice. My car doesn't have that. And also my last one is CCS compatibility, which it is compatible with CCS charging, and I have that adapter. My Model 3 is not. I'd have to get that retrofit. So that is kind of a plus, and I'm looking forward to using that at some point. Let's go into your dislikes.
Number 1, phantom braking, to the point where I hardly ever use autopilot anymore. There are so many spots on 65 where it is just a phantom braking. And quick anecdote, I was driving back home from my parents' house. I had it on autopilot. Someone was behind me, like riding my tail. It phantom braked, scared the crap out of me. I tried to speed back up and get autopilot back on. Well, it was beeping at me, and I kept hitting it, and and the freaking cowbell feature came on. I did not know that was a thing. So then I'm freaking out because this cowbell is playing loud. Luckily, Audrey had just woken up from her nap, but it was blaring and it was freaking me out. And I was like trying to turn down the volume. It wasn't doing anything. And I was like, where the hell is that coming from? I'm literally being a very dangerous driver in this moment. Cowbell plays twice. And then it stops. And I am furious. I am so mad because then I call Andy, and Andy tells me, oh, by the way, that's a Tesla feature. And then I got even madder. That was pretty unsafe for me. Someone was riding my tail and they could have easily hit me. And then all this crazy stuff was happening out of my control. And so it just made me mad. And I have almost refused to use it completely at this point.
Basically, phantom braking is if you're on autopilot, it'll just slam on the brake for no reason. We all know, like, if you have a Tesla, like, phantom braking is a very common problem. Many people just absolutely say, like, it's probably the worst thing about having driving autopilot or full self-driving. When you try to take over, you try to put it back into autopilot, and that's by double tapping the right stalk. And when you did that, it didn't quite do it. So you did it again. Tesla has this hidden Easter egg. If you do it 4 times in a row, it starts playing this obnoxious SNL skit. Like, it's super loud, and if you don't know what it is, I mean, it's jarring. And so I tweeted about this, so I got a lot of comments and replies saying yes, that's happened to me. It's a safety hazard, and I agree. It's like the phantom braking obviously started that, but like if that Easter egg just needs to go. It's like really annoying, but that's just a very specific
like
situation.
Have that Easter egg, but not attached to a feature that's usually used on the highway at high speed.
Exactly. Basically, it comes down to like, okay, you don't use autopilot as much because of that. So
my second one that does not require a long story is comfort as a passenger. I need my lumbar support back, please and thank you.
It's on the driver's side.
It's on the driver's side, so I drive like a dream. But man,
you need that lumbar support. Lumbar support.
Like, I've had a baby. I need back support. My third issue. I mean, I do appreciate that the Model Y has good range. And I think it's still highly competitive, if not the best, in its class among other EVs. But I don't think we get the range that is kind of promised. The network is growing and it's amazing. The Supercharger network is great. But there are still pockets. Both of our families live off the beaten path a little bit. And even though there are Superchargers kind of around our center location, we don't have them too close, especially to your parents. So we always have to plug in and charge whenever we go see family, which is, I'm glad we can plug it at their homes.
Does that wrap up your kind of dislikes that you can think of?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's not too bad. So my dislikes that I could think of off the top of my head were, first of all, the build quality, the fit and finish. When we first got the car, there were quite a few mostly minor things that needed to be fixed and had to get service appointment requested. But then that battery whining noise was a big problem that I had to drive to Cincinnati. It was a long process getting that fixed. So that was annoying. My other final complaint that I could think of was of course, like you touched on that, but like the range. We just drove to Red River Gorge. We charged to 100% before we left. Actually, I did record this. Let me just cut to that. A milestone for us. After almost 1 year of ownership of the Tesla Model Y, we finally ran the battery down to basically 0. Took a trip to Red River Gorge and had no charging at the cabin that we stayed in, so we had to charge in Lexington on the way back, and we left home with 100% battery, pulled up to this Lexington Supercharger with literally 1 mile remaining, and the total miles we got out of 100% battery was 232 miles. So that's 100 miles less than the estimated range of 330 miles. I'm not sure what it was. I mean, we traveled, it was beautiful. The biggest thing, I think, that I went over the speed limit, probably 79 miles an hour average on the highway. So, and we weren't carrying too much cargo. It was just, us two and our daughter and some stuff in the back, but not like crazy amount of stuff. So it wasn't a weight issue. It wasn't like weather related. I don't know what it was, but it's kind of disappointing to see only 230 miles out of a 100% battery after just 1 year. The estimated range still says like 315 miles of range, which is only down 15 miles from the 330 estimated range. But like, the efficiency is not as good as I hope to. I think we're averaging like 300 watt hours per mile. I feel like it's a little high. I think it should be around 280. Do you feel like it's been worth the money that we spent on it? I know we spent a lot of money. Like,
Yes.
do you think that you can keep this car for
Ever.
the next 10 years and you'll be fine with it?
Yes.
I think so too. I'm hoping.
Yes.
I'm hoping because like it's a great family car. Have you had any like qualms about charging at home or like knowing what to do or knowing like learning of the car? Or anything about the car you were confused about?
What I need the car for is pretty simple, and I don't usually have time to spend with it to just play. And I think knowing that you know so much about the car, and I've kind of learned some knowledge from you about functionality, but like you kind of eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. I am using it for very tactile reasons. So I don't have as much time to play with it, but from a function perspective, it's incredible. It's comfortable. It fits every need that I have. I'm very privileged and lucky to have this car, and it keeps Audrey and I safe. It keeps all of us safe. It just fits exactly what we need, and I love it.
Yeah, I agree. So overall, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up.
Yeah, and Audrey would also give her thumbs because she loves staring out the all
She
glass
does.
roof.
Yeah, Audrey. That's the all glass roof is a big hit with Audrey. But yeah, I love it. I'm glad that we have it. Very satisfied, and it's been a great car. And no issues. Like other than the first like the fit and finish. Literally, it's no issues whatsoever.
No, and I secretly love to race people if they're giving me sass. Ease on that pedal, and then if they're bumping me up, then I just punch it.
So there you go. The first Tesla Model Y owner who refuses to use autopilot.
I'm just trying to be
honestly,
in control
you're
here.
enjoying the car. It's a fun car to drive.
It's about control. It is a fun car to drive, but it also is about control.
I'm team autopilot. You're team subtrunk. Okay. That has been the 1 year review with Jamie and myself.
Yes.
So thank you for watching, and we will talk to you in the next one, or I will at least.
And let me know if you want me to come back and steal this show.